Good morning. So I'm making this video because I've been seeking for a very long time, and I watch different videos, I read different books, and I hear a lot about raising your vibration and how important it is to raise your vibration. And when I hear all this, I keep thinking, okay, well, how and why? And there's a lot of stuff out there that'll explain how and why, but I wanted to talk about uh, the importance of meditation as far as raising your vibration. So, raising your vibration is synonymous with increasing the amount of light that you hold. And when you learn, when you read and contemplate the brain activity, the connections going on, when you make the new neural connections, you're actually increasing the amount of electricity, the amount of light that you hold. So when you meditate, um, one of the forms of meditation, there's a lot of forms of meditation. One of the forms of meditation that I like to do is trying to clear my mind completely. And the goal here when I do this is, if you think of your thoughts as the water in a river, um, when you're thinking, when your brain is active, the water is all rushing down one direction, right? If you can stop the thoughts in your mind, then it's like cutting off that flow, and all of a sudden there's no water flowing in this direction, which allows information to come from the other direction. It's like when you're thinking, you're pushing thoughts outward. Okay, every thought leaves as a vibration. When you cut off the process of thought, you cut off the vibrations emanating from your thoughts, which it reduces the what's the word I'm looking for? It reduces the resistance to incoming information. And so a lot of times when I'm able to, I mean, it's hard to not think, but in the times that I've been able to stop my thinking during a meditation, a lot of times I'll get flooded with information, and it's really hard to explain. It's kind of just like a solid knowing and understanding all of a sudden. You can grasp vast concepts in a fraction of a second, and then it's gone. You grasp these concepts, and it's like instantaneous. It's not like a continuous flow of information coming in. It's just 1 second you don't understand a concept, the next second you do. And so that's one of the goals that I look to when I meditate. And the reason why I find that important is because I do a lot of reading, and depending on how focused I am, it can take me a while to read a book, or I can read one fairly quick. But if I can stop my process of thought in while I'm meditating, then those concepts that I can instantaneously um, gain the understanding of, that that's like, many books worth of information, which is many new neural pathways in my brain, which is a leap in the amount of light that I'm holding. And so, uh, if you hear a lot of people talking about raising your vibration, there's a lot of ways to raise your vibration. For instance, trying to remain out of fear. Fear is a lower vibration. When you remain in love, that's a higher vibration. That's a very good way to raise your vibration. But knowledge is also a good way to raise your vibration. The more light you hold, the higher your vibration. And therefore, that is the importance of meditation. Like, I've read whole books that could be summed up by basically saying meditation is really important. And um, one of the one of the books that I've read that I really liked is called Initiation. Sorry about the camera moving around. It's called Initiation, and in it, this woman basically remembers a life in Egypt, and she explains, the whole process of her initiation and everything. And she talks about how she had to study, for years and learn all this stuff before she could go into the pyramid and actually be initiated. And I won in the book she explains that it's basically if you just go straight to the initiation process and all of this light is transferred in you or whatever, that it can kill you. And it was hard for me to understand what that was even talking about, why that would be. And I've come to understand it as basically a jump in energy. Like, if just to throw a number out there, let's say you're vibrating, you're holding like 10 watts of energy, and then all of a sudden you shove 100 watts at it. That's a big jump. That's gonna, cause some havoc. But if you're holding, you know 70 watts of energy and you jump to 100 watts, that's not that big of a gap. That's not that big of a jump. Well, that process of learning, studying all those years and everything that she had to go through to prepare for the initiation, that's all these new little neural pathways, and each little neural pathway is a little bit more light that you're holding. And so she had to learn all of these things to incrementally increase the amount of light she was holding, so that she could handle the amount of light that comes through the pyramids, is the way I understand it. And so, um, we can read a book and increase those neural pathways. We can meditate and make these huge jumps in neural pathways. Um, we can think loving thoughts and increase the electricity in your heart center. All of these different things are to increase the amount of electricity in your body, to raise your vibration. And yeah.